Hi everyone, it's Mrs. C here with Math Defined. Today we're going to tackle two-step inequalities. Inequalities are just like two-step equations, but we'll need to pay special attention to the inequality signs. First up, let's solve 3p plus 2 is greater than or equal to negative 10. To solve, we use the same steps as solving equations. Undo addition or subtraction first, then division or multiplication. We start by subtracting 2 from both sides. On the left side, the 2's cancel out, leaving 3p is greater than or equal to. On the right side, combining negative 10 and negative 2 results in negative 12. Next, to isolate the variable p, we divide both sides by 3. The 3's on the left cancel out, leaving p is greater than or equal to. On the right, negative 12 divided by positive 3 is negative 4. The solution is p is greater than or equal to negative 4. To graph this on a number line, draw a closed circle at negative 4 and shade everything to the right because we're including the values negative 4 and greater. Let's check our solution. I'll choose an easy number to work with that is greater than negative 4 and place it back into the original inequality. I'll choose positive 1. Ones are always nice, easy numbers to work with. On the left side, 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2 is 5. Is 5 greater than negative 10? Yes, our solution is true. This example was pretty straightforward, but the next example gets interesting. 5 times the quantity, g plus 4, is greater than 15. This inequality has parentheses, so we need to distribute the 5 first. 5 times g is 5g, and 5 times positive 4 is positive 20. Next, to isolate g, we will subtract 20 from both sides. The 20's cancel out, leaving 5g is greater than. On the right, 15 minus 20 is negative 5. The last step is to divide both sides by 5. On the left side, the 5's cancel out, leaving g is greater than. On the right, negative 5 divided by positive 5 is negative 1. The solution is g can be any value greater than negative 1 for the inequality to be true. Now for the graph. Place an open circle at negative 1 since negative 1 isn't included and shade the values to the right. Let's check the solution by using another easy number that is greater than negative 1, like 0. On the left, 0 plus 4 is 4, and 5 times 4 is 20. Is 20 greater than 15? Yes. Let's see if you can solve this next one along with me. The variable b divided by negative 3 plus 4 is less than 13. See if you can predict each step as you follow along. First, subtract 4 from both sides. On the left side, the 4's cancel out, leaving b over negative 3 is less than. On the right, 13 minus 4 is 9. Next, we will isolate the variable by multiplying each side by negative 3. On the left side, the negative 3's cancel out, leaving b. And remember the rule that multiplying or dividing by a negative flips the inequality to b is greater than. On the right side, positive 9 times negative 3 is negative 27. The solution is b is greater than negative 27. For the graph, we'll place an open circle at negative 27 and shade all values to the right. Let's check this one carefully since dividing by a negative can easily cause mistakes. Pick a number greater than negative 27, like negative 24, and substitute it back into the original inequality. Negative 24 divided by negative 3 is 8, and 8 plus 4 is 12. Is 12 less than 13? Yes, no mistakes were made here. Now let's solve 2 is greater than 8 minus 4/3 h. The first step is to subtract 8 from both sides. The 8's cancel out, leaving negative 4/3 h is less than. On the left side, 2 minus 8 is negative 6. The second step is to isolate h by multiplying both sides by the reciprocal of negative 4/3. And let's write this negative 6 as the fraction negative 6 over 1 to make the multiplication easier to see. On the right side, the fractions cancel out, leaving h. And since we multiplied each side by a negative number, we can't forget to reverse or flip the inequality sign to h is greater than. On the left side, negative 3/4 times negative 6 is positive 18/4, which we can simplify to 4.5. Before we graph the solution, I'm going to rewrite the inequality so that the variable is on the left side instead of the right. Now it's much easier to see that the solution is h is greater than 4.5. Don't forget to flip the inequality sign when you flip the side the variable is on. Both inequalities say the same thing. H is greater than 4.5. On the graph, place an open circle at 4.5 and shade the values to the right. Time to check. Let's pick a compatible number for h that is greater than 4.5, say 6, and substitute it back into the original inequality. Multiplying the two fractions, we get negative 24 over 3, which we can simplify to negative 8. Subtracting 8 minus 8 is 0. Is 2 greater than 0? Yes, it works. Checking the solution is always a good idea, especially when you have flipped the inequality sign during the solution process. Okay, this one looks challenging. Negative 8 is less than or equal to 2/5 times the quantity k minus 2. Solving this inequality is going to require 4 steps. The first step is to distribute the fraction on the right side by multiplying it to each term in the parentheses. 2/5 times k is 2/5 k, and 2/5 times negative 2 is negative 4/5. So now we have this pair of fractions, and most people do not like working with fractions, so let's get rid of them. Since both of the fractions have the same denominator, we can multiply each term in the inequality by 5. We can simplify the right side by canceling out the 5's, leaving 2k minus 4. On the left side, 5 times negative 8 is negative 40, giving us negative 40 is less than or equal to 2k minus 4. Next, to isolate k, we will add 4 to both sides. The 4's on the right cancel out, leaving 2k is greater than or equal to. On the left, negative 40 plus 4 is negative 36. The fourth and final step is to divide each side by 2. The 2's on the right cancel out, leaving k is greater than or equal to. On the right, negative 36 divided by 2 is negative 18. By now you know that I like to write inequalities with the variable on the left side. So let's rewrite this. The solution k is greater than or equal to negative 18. Again, both of these inequalities say the same thing. I just flipped the variable to the left side to make it easier to graph. We'll graph this by drawing a closed circle at negative 18 and shading the values to the right. Let's check it. I'm going to choose negative 13 to replace back into the original inequality. You'll see why in a moment. Simplifying on the right side, negative 13 minus 2 is negative 15. We'll convert this into the fraction negative 15 over 1. Positive 2/5 times negative 15 over 1 is negative 30 over 5, which can be simplified to negative 6. Is negative 8 less than negative 6? Yes. Let's wrap up this lesson with a cave explorer. A cave explorer is at an elevation of negative 38 feet. The explorer starts moving at a rate of negative 12 feet per minute. Write and solve an inequality that represents how long it will take the explorer to reach an elevation deeper than negative 200 feet. Let's find the key parts to our inequality in this word problem first. A cave explorer is at an elevation of negative 38 feet. The explorer is moving at a rate of negative 12 feet per minute. We want to find out how long in minutes it will take the explorer to reach an elevation deeper than negative 200 feet. Let's use the variable m to represent how many minutes it will take the explorer to reach an elevation deeper than negative 200 feet. He starts at negative 38 feet. He's moving at negative 12 feet per minute. He wants to reach an elevation deeper than negative 200 feet. So the inequality is negative 38 minus 12m is less than negative 200. The inequality is less than because the problem asks how long it will take the explorer to go deeper than negative 200 feet. Being deeper means having an elevation that is smaller or less than negative 200. So the inequality must show the explorer's position as being less than negative 200 feet. This helps us correctly represent and solve the problem. Now we're ready to solve. Let's start by adding 38 to both sides. On the left, the 38s cancel out, leaving negative 12m is less than. On the right, negative 200 plus 38 is negative 162. Next, to isolate m, we divide both sides by negative 12. The negative 12s on the left cancel out, leaving m. On the right, negative 162 divided by negative 12 is positive 13.5. Don't forget, we need to reverse or flip the inequality sign because we divided by a negative number. So it will take the cave explorer more than 13.5 minutes to reach an elevation deeper than negative 200 feet. But let's check it. We need a value greater than 13.5. Let's use positive 20. On the left side, negative 12 times 20 is negative 240, and negative 38 plus negative 240 is negative 278. Is negative 278 less than negative 200? Yes, our solution is correct. I hope he has a good flashlight with him. Looking for more math? Check out this pre-algebra playlist next. Thanks for watching, and I hope this video helped you out. And until next time, keep math awesome.